Well, how about if you're a member of the press and you want to cover an event, and the cops don't particularly like this member of the press, so they use the camera law to hassle you, okay? It might be really your political beliefs, or you're a paparazzi that they don't particularly like. So they use that. Now, I'm not clear, what does it say about handheld? You're going to wait for Brittany and Paris to come out of the hotel for more than a half hour. Okay. Now, if I'm handheld and I move 6 feet that way, that's a new location, i.e. If I pick my tripod up and go 3 feet over here, that's a new location. So all that means is that no shot can be continuous for more than a half hour, which is ridiculous anyway. You don't have much film. So you get your one shot, you move your tripod 3 inches. It's just harassment. That's the problem. New York is so strong in filmmaking. Look at this, Kojak, back in Kojak. 28 movies of the week. You know, you could shoot like that, you could make movies here. This town is great. It started the motion picture industry here. Edison started at 23rd Street. Westbeth was where sound was developed for the motion picture. Film began in New York. You're going to end it? You're going to bury it in New York? Come on. Have a heart. Think about the history.
Why do you think they're doing this?
Because of the insurance industry and all of the post-9/11 claims that have gone against the city, all of the slip and fall cases, all of the media's attention to Muse has got the city freaked about insurance and paying out claims, okay? And so they've had insurance people, experts say, you've got to limit your liability. So therefore, don't have anybody on city property that is not insured. Goes down the chain, finally comes to the poor student who's on city property making a documentary. The film, I think the insurance industry is looking at it as a gold mine, just like they've done with car insurance, just like they've done with flood insurance in Florida, and just like they've done with damage control in Katrina. They're making zillions because they're spending out a lot of money, finally. And that filters down. So I think it's really an issue, economic issue of the insurance industry, putting pressure on the city. I think there is a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth that Barat, that guy came, took a dump on the Trump sign, you know, handheld, went around town, told people, oh, we're just doing this little thing, signed this little release, and then they find out this is a feature, it's negative, and it wins Academy Award or it makes tons of money, and they go, you deceived us. You not only deceived the talent, you deceived the city. And if you had had to been a legitimate company with insurance and everything else, we'd have known what you're doing. I was the best location manager in New York when I was shooting. Permits is the heartbeat of the film industry. Without permits, you don't shoot. And without the film commission, you don't get permits. So there's a very close goodwill relationship between the film, the locations, the permits, and the people. That's gonna fall apart with this. I mean, we shot Pope of Greenwich Village on Mulberry Street and left the trucks unlocked because the goodwill of the neighborhood was so strong we didn't have to worry. You know, look at the Times Square picture after World War II of the bride kissing the sailor.
What's going to happen?
It's going to go away. You're not only going to affect the film business, you're going to affect the publishing business because the publishing business is not going to have these shots. They're not going to have the best photographers in the world in New York. They're going to have to go on Wire Image and buy them and get them from other places. What it really hurts is the coolness of New York City. It hurts our creativity. We have a park at Madison where there's silver trees called the Art Park, where people have painted trees silver. Very creative, very cool. But we can't put a camera on the ground and take a picture of it? It's not going to stop it. This right here is a handheld Steadicam made by Steadicam. It'll take any shot you want, just like the big one, as long as your camera's less than 5 pounds. You can shoot a feature with this. This is going to be allowed. This is not a tripod, but yet I can put speed pipe on this and hold a 35mm gold. Problems are going to come, but the bigger issue is, why are they even thinking about this? If it's the insurance problem, deal with it in a committee of the city council and find out who's abusing it and deal with it another way. If it's public reaction from the community because there's hot spots, which they already have, which are places that are always shot over and over again, then there are hot spots. Deal with limitations of who can shoot there and when. That's it being done now. But I just can't believe that it's the film people that are trying to put this forth, because they're just cutting off their own hand and feet. If we don't have film in the city, we won't have a film commission. I'm a Directors Guild UPM, but more important than that, I was a location manager in New York from the 70s and 80s with Pat Scott. 28
films did you work on?
28 features in New York City, starting with Cotton Club, all the movie of the weeks, Kojak, Pope of Greenwich Village, but more all these series like Legworks and all of these pilots that went on to become, or didn't, or made here, okay? And then I did, after 28 movies in New York, living in New York, working in New York, keeping the lights of the city on for the Highlander one. When we're on the Silver Cup roof looking back, I had to keep the whole skyline lit for 2 nights for continuity. Okay? Very big projects. That stunt scene in Highlander from the Lower East Side with the 2 tractor trailers and all of that done, designed here and shot here. Never could do that in any other city.